Hello, Ben. So you lost Bill, didn't you? He didn't survive, but you did. You were always a bit stronger, a bit more lively. Remember? We were here a month ago, and you were the one who were walking around. The other one was sleeping. Anyway, he's gone to his rest now, but you're still here, starting your life. 1 month later, and you can now see, because you opened your eyes, but you lost your little twin. Do you know, little one, some years ago, we were with our bishop in Wales together in a place where our local saint had been caught actually at the altar celebrating Holy Mass. He was at the last gospel, but he wouldn't stop. Open up in the name of the King. So he was very soon afterwards hanged, drawn and quartered at Tyburn, where so many others were, for being a priest. So off we went with ourselves it was from 1610 to 2010. We were with our bishop and Welsh people out there where they were in exile on the continent. They were in the area of Douay. And in Douay and Reims, they were doing things in exile, like translating the Bible. Anyway, also, if you can calm down, little man, I'm going to tell you a story, but you must calm down. You were always a bit active, weren't you? Now, you listening? Are you listening? Yeah, it was this. We were there, close also to where a lot of Welsh people had lost their lives in a short time. It was the First World War. And do you know, little man, that one of the greatest poets that we had in Wales was on the way to the trench. And he was writing one of the greatest long poems that we have in Wales. It was called Yr Arwr, the hero. And he knew what was coming, and without realizing it, he was himself the hero. And on he went, and in the little pauses that they had before getting to the trench, he was able to finish it. And it was sent away. It was sent away to Wales, and in the Eisteddfod, that's where all the bards get together. Do you know that he won the chair, which is the greatest honour that they can get? And when it came to the ceremony in the Eisteddfod, they said that the bard was not there. He'd already been killed. So the chair was draped in black. One of the saddest episodes in our literary history. Now, do you know, little man, that when we were there with the bishop and these Welsh people together, that evening we were all together and we were quoting things to remember that occasion. All those people who lost their lives in the trenches from our area. Lots of graves there, and some of them didn't even have a name. An infantry soldier. Anyway, one of the things that was quoted that night was a letter, in Welsh of course, from one of the soldiers to his parents on the farm. A farm like this one, where you're growing up. And it was very quaint, because it was talking about all the little things going on the farm. This out there near the trenches, which swallowed them all up. And it was very moving, you know, because this was showing the difference between heaven at home and hell at the trenches. And indeed, there was one corner they were showing us in the trenches, which was called Hell's Corner. And you know, they'd even given Welsh names to those things out there. Grib Goch, yes, Red Ridge, and on it would go. And one after the other, they went into the beyond. And somebody saw him fall, our local poet. One after the other, they fell and left the sweet memories of home behind. And the home was much more empty after they had gone. What my grandfather used to call cannon fodder, for his brother also went and had a grenade on his head and never came back. Uncle Willie, yes indeed, God protect us from another terrible war where human beings would be eaten up by big, deadly machines. So I wrote this, having heard the testimony. It was from actually somebody who had been there. It was on television that before he died they were able to get the testimony. A few of them were left, and he had this to say in Welsh: Roedd the front line wedi malu'n llwyr. The front line was in bits. Had we been born beneath another star and seen what these eyes saw, heard what these ears in their remembering still hear from afar, for that some sounds can travel many years, would we now be in this our fullest age, and holding in our hand the choice to be begotten or forgotten on the page, to be turned all by unborn progeny? We have lived ours, but our hours were not blown in one short hour of reckoning, yet we know not well the meaning of an hour well known to be the moment where all moments go in their momentous journey far beyond the pain that waved its little wand.